Hey kids, Invertical here. Welcome to Space Engineers. This game, I've been playing around with this game on and off for the last, I don't know, sometime last summer. I picked it up on sale on Steam, and it's kind of sat on the background of my desktop for a while. Recently, they launched a large update in which they fixed up a whole bunch of graphics and a whole bunch of functionalities. They're still working out a lot of bugs, but they switched over from alpha, which means they went from having a game that was still being developed to a game that they are considering is now substantially developed. There's probably not going to be too much more actual content, but more just tweak out the bugs and fix the problems and whatnot. And I've been wanting to do a series on this for a while. I mean, this is a lot of fun building game. It's really there is no storyline to it as of yet. They are rumored that they're working on that. They did put in a campaign tutorial and such, but I honestly like the free building. Straightforward, straight outright free building. So I'm going to do is I'm going to load up a new game from scratch, and for myself, I usually play the Empty World. They used to have one in here that was really easy to click as well. It was a crashed ship. Star System I opened up and it kept starting me on a blank planet. There's a bug with this one. I'm not sure what it is right now. So Empty World, it's basically click it into survival. I like the realistic sounds, which means you hear sounds when you're touching something, and space has no air, so you shouldn't be able to hear a ship running from across, I'm going to turn off block limits. It's really not that big of a deal, but it just it lets me build bigger things. I really haven't actually hit recommended block limits on other games, so it's not really anything decent. Environmentally hostility is on normal. Let's check a few other things here. Game mode, inventory size. I'm going to put inventory size at 3 times, not 10 times. 10 times is great, but you can carry half a ship on your back and not really have an issue with it. I'm going to leave welding and grinding at normal. Day duration. Okay, we're going to delete this spawn ship. Thruster, permanent death. No, don't turn on permanent death. That's one you really don't want, because you will die in the first little bit. In fact, sometimes I have to in this one, I have to die just to generating. Enable drones, enable spiders, and enable random encounters. Enable cargo ships. Yeah, basically I'm just turning on everything. Okay, and make sure I got everything else. And I want it on survival. I don't want it on creative. Creative is fun if you want to build. Some people just love to build. I like to build, but I like the challenge of finding the resources to build. So we're going to hit OK. And we're just going to name this one. Whoops. Oh, it'd be nice if I could type all the letters today. P-L-A-Y. Let's go. Gameplay of the cow. For typing around a microphone and a coffee cup. Yep. Okay, and then lastly, I'm not playing with mods. I could go into the thing and I could load up loads of mods, and yeah, not going to do that. So I'm going to start this. Now, it doesn't always start me with the survival ship, which is what I really want. I might just have to deal with it here. As you can see, I appear to... See if I can remember my controls. The only problem is I can't really do the same things that you can in Minecraft. Okay, yeah. I'm just floating empty in space with nothing. So, I'm just going to get myself a spawn ship, and I'll be right back. Okay. I don't know how else to do it, but flying in this spacesuit, I like it, but I really think it should start with the basic ship. Now, either I go with this respawn ship, which is the little yellow one, which basically this has everything you need and then some. Escape pod if you want to put a little challenge into it, but don't go with one of the landers because they're atmospheric thrusters, and you basically spend all your time grinding down the thrusters and re-welding them just to get some kind of forward momentum. So I'm going to click on the little yellow respawn ship. Now this starts you out, and this is a temporary ship, so if you abandon this ship or leave the game, it's gone. So, thrusters, F key is my utilization key. There we go. It starts you out and it has a basic gravity generator, a medical room, some cargo containers, assembler, all the basic things you need. There's no inventories that you have to start with. You have enough fuel for a few minutes of flight, and that's about it. So I'm going to take care of a couple of little bits of business first and foremost. Let's see if I can get this so I can see my character here. There we go. First and foremost, I'm going to set my color palette for myself. What can I say? I have a real love for turquoise, and teal is as close to turquoise as I can get in the game. Now, unfortunately, there is no way to adjust your keybinds that I know of yet, because I would like to be able to. And you can fly in first or third person. This is kind of helpful. And holding down Alt lets you look around. And I'm looking for, oh, don't look at the sun. I'm looking for an asteroid that could be fairly close to me here. Something I would like to see them add to the game is a way to actually determine distance to objects. Kind of a laser pointer type thing. You know, point a laser at that object and it says it's that far away. So now we're going to turn off inertial dampeners. What that does is that allows your ship to basically accelerate and then coast. It maintains speed until you tell it otherwise, which is something you would have in space normally, but this has, you try to build your ships so you have essentially directional thrusters in all 6 directions. And then what you do is when you hit thrust, it immediately switches over and tries to counter the thrust after you stop thrusting, which really sounds kind of perverted. And we're going to delete GPS. We're just going to delete this. Never happened. He was a red guy. He didn't exist. So I'm just going to skip until I reach this first asteroid. Okay, we're getting close to this first asteroid. I'm going to start applying some course corrections here. I just start slowing myself down manually. Reverse thrusts. Because if I just tap on the inertial dampers, it will actually stop the ship completely. And for the most part, I'm just taking a look at the asteroids. I want to see if I can find something that's of use or value or of interest. And I really don't want to go flying up to the asteroid, stop, and then waste what little fuel I don't have circling the asteroid just to find out that I don't have anything. So I brought it down. I'm now at about 20 meters per second. And I mean, we're still probably about half a kilometer or so away from the asteroid itself. It's very, very, very difficult to judge distances. Now I'm just going to switch to cockpit view, and that glare from that sun is very bad. See, now I've adjusted my heading slightly, and we'll just give it a tiny bit of sideways thrust here. And we're just looking for any noticeable deposits. There is no ore detector on this ship as of yet, and we have to grind this ship down completely, otherwise it despawns as soon as I log out of the game. Now, most asteroids have a large iron deposit in the center of them. Okay, now we're getting closer. It's actually starting to show things. Now I'll turn on momentarily and slow down quite substantially inertial dampers. Hi, do you want to come and sit down? Yeah. No, I'm trying to record, right? You don't care. Okay, now see, there's a opening here.
Ship fuel low.
Yes, I know. Ship fuel is low. Thank you. I'm seeing primarily iron deposits in here. I'm looking for is a large
Ship fuel low.
like a large black spot,
Ship fuel low.
which would indicate uranium. That might be plutonium, not plutonium, titanium. You play a few times, you learn how to identify colors. Now there's ice.
Ship fuel
Okay, so ice I could use for thrusters instead, but
Ship fuel low.
oh, wow.
Ship fuel low.
Yes, I know. Thank you. I think I see what I'm looking for right there, which is very rare that I would actually find on the first shot. So I'm going to turn on the dampers here, but I think I might have dampeners on. Come on, slow down. See, at full thrusters, it says I have 8 minutes
Ship
of
fuel low.
support, and then I'm out of power. So literally, you have to
Ship
find
fuel low.
uranium right away. And I have actually had it a few times where I am flying around in space with a ship with no fuel.
Ship fuel low. Ship fuel low.
Okay. I'm going to park the ship here for a second and leave. I'm just going to step outside because I'm the only qualified astronaut on board this ship. Oops. Try this. There we go. Open the door. And we're going to switch back to first person view. Now, if you turn on your drill, it will detect ores at a close range, like if you get close enough to it. I'm trying to see where I spotted that deposit that could have been uranium. Okay, now let's see if this is what I think it is. This would be titanium. Silver. Oh, that's even better. Large silver deposit. Platinum deposit. So that's a useful deposit. So those are two very useful deposits right off the bat. You will need all your ores to actually build anything of substance, but essentially fuel is your number one priority. This is just stone. Yeah, that's just stone. We're not interested in that. Now, almost every, like I said, almost every asteroid has ice and or iron. You're pretty much guaranteed you're going to have iron. Inside, it's usually it just is a big gob of iron, and they're hollow like this. I found a lot of them are hollow. I don't think I've actually found too many solid ones, but they will occasionally sneak deposits inside the asteroid here as well. Okay, so this deposit had silver and platinum. I thought I saw uranium, but I'm not seeing it. So it might have been just a shadow playing tricks on me. So what I normally do is I'll mark these asteroids according to where I've been and what ores, what substantial ores are on them. I don't mark the iron and the ice so much. So, oops, close that door. We'll load into this ship and we'll go control panel, GPS, new from current position. I just number them, and this one had some silver and then done. Okay. Now it just shows that there is a deposit or an asteroid here that I visited. Otherwise, you can end up looping around, going from stone to stone to stone, and find yourself just going in circles. I'm going to go over to those three. So we're going to cut here, and I'll pick it up when I get over there. So we turn off dampers, and away we go.
Low. Ship fuel low. Ship fuel low. Ship fuel low. Ship fuel critical.
Oh, mistakes have been made. We have just crashed. And that's gonna hurt. We have crashed and we have lost all power. On the flight over here, I found a small meteorite that had what we needed, but we just crashed into this one over here and lost all power on this ship, which is bad because now it's drifting and I've got no way to stop it. So what I'm going to do real quick here is I'm just going to recover some components before it flies away completely. Oh yeah, let's see what we can. Oops. Oh. Ouch. Wonder if we can stop its flight. Let's see here. My inertial dampeners are on. I'm just trying to use the thrust packs that I have to stop this ship's motion. We'll see what we can do. It says I'm out of oxygen, and that could be bad. Oh. Okay, we died. I'm going to say that's it for this episode here, kids. We're going to try respawning it with a new respawn ship. I'm just going to take the same ship again because that one will now despawn. It'll disappear completely. And I'm guessing by the time I get over to wherever it was, that space will be gone as well. So thanks all for watching, and we'll pick it up on the next episode with the respawn ship. Good night for now.